Hello, everybody. Hello, all of you happy face people. It's so good to see you all today. Thank you so much for being here with us. Hello to Deborah in Kentucky and James in DC and Trish. Hello, nice to see you. And Trish is behind kind of a guy. Hello, Susan in Ohio. Nice to see you. And hello, Bill. Nice to see you in Victoria. And Sheila in Florida. Sarah, hello, nice to have you today. Janet and Peter in Toronto, glad you're back again today. Caroline, nice to see you. Doug in Vermont, Nancy in Washington, and hello, Nicola in the UK, great to see you. Hello, Kathleen in Albuquerque, glad to see you today. Susan, hello, nice to have you today. And another Susan in Seattle, hello, nice to have you today. Now you can wave. Hello, Bonnie in Idaho, and Becky in Vancouver, and Storm in Massachusetts, and Kevin in New Hampshire, and Karen in Arizona, and Lisa in Indiana, and Rosalie in Michigan. And let's see who else is here today. We have Christiana, hello. Terry, nice to see you today. Carolyn in Idaho, hello. And Jan in Illinois, glad you're here today. Hello, Deli, nice to see you. And Jane coming in from the UK, hello. And Fred in Maryland, and Martha in Washington, hello. And hello also to Jody and Joni and Jill and Valerie and Lynn and Marcia and Margaret and another James and Valerie, all of you coming in off video. Hello, Anne, nice to see you. I see you just popped up. Glad you're all here today, and hello again to everybody out there on Facebook Live, especially Mary in Omaha, who has been joining us every day out there, and many others who are regulars out there, maybe that we don't even know. Really glad you've all joined us today. Really excited to sing with you on day 2 of 2021. Just gonna get increasingly better with each number that we count up in 2021. Welcome officially to the Washington Rebels, Carpe Diem Arts Daily Antidote of Song. Most of you in here know me already. I'm Jo Rossi, and I am on the board of Carpe Diem and on the staff at Washington Rebels. And for anybody who is new, we are here every day at noon Eastern time, singing a song together, chatting, and sometimes doing other special things around the fringes. A couple quick announcements. So one of the announcements is we didn't get to all of the announcement people in December. So hang tight. Anybody who's volunteered to announce, I am not forgetting you. And I'm looking forward to hearing all of your voices and more of your voices in the upcoming year. So the lyrics will be in the chat. The donate link is in the chat. My email's in the chat if you want to be on our daily antidote email list. And I want to thank Julia May from the Sandy Spring Friends School and Aaron Geyer, who are both here today running the tech for us so that today goes smoothly. And I want to say that I am delighted to have with us today one of the artists who was with us in the very first week that we started this program back in April of whatever year that was. And he is coming in from Maryland, one of the artists that we work with very regularly here and in other platforms, Lilo Gonzalez. I would love it, Lilo, if you would unmute and sing us, teach us and sing us your song.
Hello. Feliz año nuevo, feliz año nuevo, feliz año a todos, feliz año nuevo. Happy New Year's to you, Happy New Year's to you, Happy New Year's everybody, Happy New Year's to you. Feliz año nuevo, ¿verdad? Oh. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. Josie, VC, Carpe Diem, Rebels, that's beautiful. And what a great way to start the new year. And it's a beautiful song written by Terry Topaz, is the daughter of it's a great friend, Lucy Murphy, another singer. And oh, yes, we can, for we struggle so hard to mend this world that we live in. Oh, yes, we can, right? All right. Mira, listen. Oh, yes, we can, for we struggle so hard to mend this world that we live in. Oh, yes, we can. One more time. Oh, yes, we can, for we struggle so hard to mend this world that we live in. Oh, yes, we can. Struggle so hard to get to the end that's so far away, and we often can't seem to make the change for that better day. Will we ever reach that top? Should we never get up or stop? Can we continue to stay and fight, going on with no end in sight? Oh, yes we can, for we struggle so hard to mend this world that we live in. Oh, yes we can. One more time. Oh, yes we can, for we struggle so hard to mend this world that we live in. Oh, yes we can. The time will one day come, for some is already had, when our job will be well done, and good may out of bad, when the one who feels the joy will one of it to cheer, and we turn to a friend to let them know we care. Oh, yes we can, for we struggle so hard to mend this world that we live in. Oh, yes we can. One more time. Oh, yes we can, for we struggle so hard to mend this world that we live in. Oh, yes we can. Sí se puede. En español es sí se puede. Gracias.
Sí se puede. Merci. Gracias. Thank you, Lilo. That was absolutely tremendous. See, I start speaking French as soon as anybody's speaking anything other than English. Lilo, that was beautiful. Absolutely amazing, and the perfect sentiment for starting our year. And when we sing it with you at the end, I'm going to ask you to pull your mic down a little bit because it was bumbling a little. So if you can just pull your volume down so that we can hear you a little better. We've gotten it right in the sound check, but I think the enthusiasm and the energy of actually singing it live made Lilo bigger than life. And it was beautiful, Lilo. And I want everybody to hear it in the absolute best quality we can get it out there. So Lilo, I would love to know how you celebrated your new year. And then because we're having the echo, I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to ask you question number 2 right now too, is what are you thinking about change for 2021? Can you unmute?
All right. So can you listen? Are you okay? Well, as you know, it has been a really hard year. I do music with children. I haven't been able, to go to the schools, and I went to one school, but at the end, they were, the cases were coming up and I couldn't. So it's hard, but thank you because I'm learning. I'm still ignorant about the Zoom and all this technicality, but thank you very much, usually, we live in Tacoma, and it's a beautiful community. And where we live is a neighborhood called Kilmarock, and since like 15 years ago, we have been doing some Christmas caroling around. This year we cannot do it, we couldn't do it, and that's something that really miss because that's part of my tradition. I'm a Salvadorian American, like coming from El Salvador. In El Salvador, that's what we do. Every day we go out and sing and eat and have some tamales and pupusas, and do that. And we do it here too, and we have these fiestas, and at the end we finish in a house, singing and so that's something that I really miss this year. Hopefully, and that's something beautiful, this year. you know, we had somebody else in the White House, and that's something that we are very happy because we need to put science and in front of everything, so we need to, and that's what we need. But we need to still work hard for the other pandemic that we have been here: poverty, homelessness, racism, and I think we have the cure. And music, with music, we can help to bring it up. So that's what I hope: a better world for everybody, not just for me, for the whole community.
Lilo, that's spectacular. Thank you. I'm going to mute you just so we don't echo. So is there a little puppy somewhere in your universe being a puppy dog? Do we get to see him? I want to see him. Oh, look, let's see Lilo's puppy. And then we're going to need to know. Oh, look at you. Oh my goodness, you were so making yourself here. We're going to unmute Lilo. Lilo, can you go ahead and actually accept it? What is puppy's name? Oh.
Cocodrilo.
Hello.
Cocodrilo. But we call it Coco. Coco. And Coco. Let me say, we just got it in June through the pandemic. I didn't want to have a dog, but now, I'm in love, and we are so happy. This is my daughter's dog, Anina, but it's the new member of the family. So this is Cocodrilo. Thank you.
Beautiful. Oh, she's so sweet. I'm just gonna mute you because we have an echo. So for a lot of folks, I don't know if you've all had this before, the pet that you don't want that then you get and then you think it's not gonna be yours and then it's totally yours. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that story. I really love it. I've never had that issue myself because I'm the one who always wants the pet, but I can say in my house that I've seen other people who didn't want the pet fall in love with the pet. So Lilo, thank you so much for sharing Coco Lilo with us because she is adorable. She? Is it a she? Yeah? He. Oh, wait, I gotta unmute you again. Go ahead. I think you have to accept the unmute.
Yes. So he. And, we get it from a shelter. And he's from Laredo, Texas. So he's bilingual. So he speaks English and Spanish, and and it was interesting because we got it through the pandemic, right? It was a little different. We went to a parking lot when they brought it from the border, and yes, he has a green card, So he.
Oh, Lilo, that's great. So I'm going to mute you one more time just so that. All right, so Lilo, before we ask you to sing it again and we send everybody out of the room, I did throw something in the chat. If anybody wants to put into the chat any of the ways that they think we can make a change this year, put it in there because we're going to be looking for ways to bring our community together and focus on the kinds of changes we think we can make. So love to hear from you all what you think we can do. Either we can do or you can do, just anything you feel like putting in. And Lilo, I'm going to unmute you and I'm going to remute me. And can we try and see if we can bring your volume down a little so that the second time it's a little, okay, great. So here's your unmute.
I was so emotional and I'm playing hard. That's why, it's the first gig, well, let me just, also, before do you want me to sing again the chorus? I wanna personally give our condolence to our congressman Jamie Raskin. I cannot let this opportunity, especially a congressman that has been supportive of the art. He's part of this community. I remember him introducing me when we celebrate the 50th anniversary of Woodstock. He was the one, and as a father of 4 kids, I can't imagine. There is no word. So my condolence to the family. And we are here to support in any way that we can. I just want to say that, and thank you very much. And again, music is powerful. And I met him many times singing for the Earth Day. He's always involved in the community, and that's why. So this song is for all of us. Thank you very much. Oh, yes, we can, right? Oh, sí se puede. And hopefully this year, just let me say, I came to this country, I mentioned so many times, with no papers. I came with no papers. I lived for 5 years with no driver license, with no social security, doing many things around the community. I hope this year, we have like many people in temporary, it's called TPS. It's temporary, it's something that they give when this community from Africa, Haiti, my country, El Salvador, Nicaragua, hopefully, we can get the permanent resident this year or next year, but we need to do that's something also for the dreamers, all these young people who were brought to this country when they were young. Now they're 20, many are working as a nurses, so that's something that we need to, that's one of my dreams for this coming year too, that they can get their paper in order. So, and oh yes we can, and sí se puede. Oh yes we can. For we struggle so hard to mend this world that we live in. Oh, yes we can. One more time. Oh, yes we can. For we struggle so hard to mend this world that we live in. Oh, yes we can. The last time. Oh, yes we can. For we struggle so hard to mend this world that we live in. Oh, yes we can. Sí se puede.
Lilo, thank you so much. That was spectacular and super important of a message for us to be thinking about on this day. As we know, we talked about this a lot in December. We were joyful in December. We did a lot of celebrating, but we knew when the year flipped, it was going to be the beginning of the work zone that we're in now. I just want to say that there are some great things in the chat. Kathy Marr put in, we can support our politicians, not sit back and accept or complain about everything they do. Very nice. Support or oppose, she said. Very nice. And continue, this is from Barb Anspach, or Anspach, I'm not sure how to say it. Continue to press for the needed changes with letters, calls, and petitions to our elected officials. Very good. Lots of thanks in the chat for Lilo to call out Jamie Raskin and his family. All of us in our local community are grieving the loss and sending so much love to his family. So Lilo, thank you for bringing that up. Here's a great one from Bonnie. Consume less, give more. That's a really good one. I think as a culture, maybe we've actually lost sight to some extent of what consuming less even means, because we consume so much. And if you look at the ways that our nation consumes versus other nations, it's really quite staggering. We can shop locally, put cash into our communities. There you go. That was from a phone number. I'm not actually sure who. Thank you, whoever that was. So when we have to consume locally. And let's see if there's anything else in here for now. Good dog comments. So great. Thank you. And thank you everybody for those great comments. And thank you again, Lilo, for singing us such a perfect song for today and giving us good food for thought. Before we say goodbye to everybody in here, I'm going to say goodbye to the folks on Facebook Live. Thank you for joining us. So this week coming up, we have Dan and Claudia Zane singing with us. The next day we have Elise Witt, and she's going to be premiering her great video that she made with lots of members in the community from this room. And then on the 5th, we're going to celebrate 12th night with Jennifer Cutting and Steve Winnick. And it's always a good time when we have those two in the room with us, so we can promise you some fun. And so we hope to see you on those days and many, many into the future. Thank you again, Facebook, for being with us.